Fort Lauderdale's luxury market is setting itself up quietly for an amazing 2026. Fort Lauderdale's luxury market in late 2025 is more balanced, but still really strong at the top. Right now, overall Fort Lauderdale prices have cooled from the frenzy years, but they're still drifting higher, putting the city's median single-family home price for 2025 around $689,000 and up a few percent year over year. Where it really gets interesting is the high end. Luxury and ultra-luxury homes are massively outperforming the broader market, with some reports showing around a 20% jump in median prices for the luxury segment compared to last year. Buyers who were priced out of Miami and Palm Beach are looking at Fort Lauderdale as better value for deep water, big dock trophy properties. And if you're thinking of buying or selling in this part of the market, all of my contact information is below. From a big picture standpoint, luxury here is no longer a discount version of Miami. It's its own destination with its own price ceiling. Luxury neighborhoods like Coral Ridge Country Club, Harbor Beach, and the Isles are still setting the pace of price. Waterfront homes in these pockets are where you consistently see 8-figure asking prices and intense competition when something special hits the market. Recent analysis point out that luxury waterfront in areas like the Isles, Harbor Beach, and Coral Ridge Country Club remains one of the tightest segments in the city, with strong buyer demand and very limited truly A-grade inventory. On the water, you're paying for 3 things: no fixed bridge ocean access, wide canals or intracoastal exposure, and newer or fully renovated construction. If a property checks all 3, it's still getting aggressive offers. At the same time, slightly older product or homes off the best canals are having to price more realistically, which is where some negotiation power has come back for buyers. Inventory in Broward's upper price points is rising, but the ultra top end is still tight. Across Broward County, total active listings are up sharply year over year. One report showed more than a 50% jump in total listings and over 35% more single-family homes on the market by late 2024. That means instead of 1 or 2 options in your price range, you might have had 4, 5, or 6, especially in the $1 million to $2.5 million range. But once you push above that $5 million on deep water or point lot homes, supplies shrink fast, which is why ultra-luxury waterfront across South Florida, including Fort Lauderdale, is still described as exceptionally robust, with record-high pricing supported by low inventory. Practically, that translates to a more normal, negotiable market for a lot of luxury buyers, but a still very competitive lane for those trophy, one-of-a-kind properties. Buyer profiles in Fort Lauderdale's luxury market are increasingly out-of-state, cash, and yacht-focused. We're seeing a consistent pattern. A lot of high net worth buyers are coming from the Northeast, California, and other high-tax markets, and they're not afraid to write a check. Reports for Broward County in 2025 showed that over 40% of all sales are all cash, with condos skewing even higher, driven by relocations and foreign buyers. At the luxury level, it's not unusual for cash to be the norm, not the exception. Add in the fact that many of these buyers are boaters. They want big dock frontage, wide canals, and quick access to the inlet. And Fort Lauderdale's identity as the yachting capital becomes a real pricing lever. The more boat-friendly the property, the stronger the demand, and the more resilient the pricing has been. Headline sales and listings in Fort Lauderdale are quietly resetting what the top of the market means. In 2024, a 2.7-acre waterfront estate in Harbor Beach sold for around $70 million. Not only a new record for Fort Lauderdale, but one of the biggest residential sales in Florida. And the buyer plans to tear it down and build new. That sale sent a very clear message to the market about what premier water, land size, and location can command here. On the condo side, the Pier 66 Indigo penthouse, listed at about $15.5 million, has been marketed as a potential record setter for Fort Lauderdale and Broward County condo pricing. Fast forward to 2025, and you've also got high-end single-family sales in the 8-figure range, like the $13 million sale of a waterfront home across from Lionel Messi's place, which grabbed headlines and reinforced just how global the buyer pool has become. These kinds of sales don't just make the news, they pull the whole top of the pricing ladder up with them. By 2026, Fort Lauderdale is likely to favor quality over anything. Looking ahead, the ingredients for 2026 point to a steady, not runaway, luxury market. Mortgage rates are off their peaks but still elevated. Inventory is normalizing, and more branded and amenity-heavy condo projects are coming online in Broward, including Fort Lauderdale. For best-in-class waterfront, point lots, new construction, including water, strong design, I'd expect prices to either hold or grow in that roughly 3 to 6% range per year if current trends continue, simply because supply is so constrained and demand from high net worth buyers isn't slowing. Where I see the most room for negotiation in 2026 is older or less updated luxury homes, or condos in buildings with a lot of new competition. Those sellers may have to adjust to a more data-driven, reality-based pricing strategy. For buyers, that means if you're okay with doing some updating, 2026 could be the year you step into a great address at a discount to the fully turnkey neighbors. Fort Lauderdale's luxury market right now is defined by a normalizing overall market, but a very strong, very competitive, ultra-luxury waterfront segment. Inventory is up across Broward, yet truly special homes remain scarce, especially on the deep water. High net worth, often all-cash buyers from out of state and overseas are driving demand and setting new record pricing. Headline sales in the teens, 20s, and even $70 million are resetting expectations for what's possible here. Going into 2026, expect modest but solid growth at the top and more realistic pricing and negotiation opportunities on everything that's not absolutely best in class. And that wraps up this video on the Fort Lauderdale luxury market. If you're enjoying these videos, make sure to subscribe below.